Now let's continue editing and arranging our composition using Apple's GarageBand. To do this, you will need to export everything we have done in Express as MIDI. All you need to do is to go to File and scroll down to Export MIDI File. For this tutorial, we are using GarageBand 08 with 3 of the optional jam packs installed. Once you have opened up a new project in GarageBand, the first thing you do is to import the QuickTime file you used in Abaltat Express. The audio that was on the QuickTime file will also appear on a new track. Now, let's bring in the MIDI file that was created in Abaltat Express. Just drag the file and drop it into the main UI. You'll need to position it at measure 1. Once these tracks have been imported into GarageBand, they will appear as separate MIDI tracks, and each one of the tracks will have an associated software instrument assigned to it. GarageBand does this automatically. You can see the original names that Abaltat Express has given those tracks on the green tracks. The corresponding instruments to the left in GarageBand are Ithaca Vox, Deep Round Synth Bass, and Pop Kit. To change a software instrument, just click on the icon and an instrument selection panel opens up on the right hand side. Select and change the following instruments. Under drums, we have our Pop Kit. Let's change that to the R&B remix. Now select bass, which was the deep round synth bass, and let's change that to fretless solo bass. And under melody 2, that is called Ithaca Vox, let's change that to synth pads and select Icy Whirlpool. Now, if you click the triangle under the Melody 2 instrument, the one called Icy Whirlpool, you can see the volume track. Notice that it fades up and down across the timeline. It will also correspond to the 2 fades that we created in Abaltat Express. Now, let's continue arranging the composition by adding some loops from the Loops library. So, click on the loop icon located next to the plus sign on the left-hand side of the GarageBand interface. That opens up the Loop Library window. We want to add some percussion here, so let's click on Shaker, and on the right it opens up all the available sounds under that category. Click on Big Maracas 01. Now take that loop and drag it into the GarageBand timeline and let it anchor at measure 9. It will automatically create a new track. Now grab the upper right hand side of the loop and drag it all the way out and stop at measure 17. Now that matches the volume fades that appear in Melody 2. Now let's add another track to this. Let's select Guitars and Electric. There's one there called Delayed Rock Electric number 10. Now let's drag that up onto the timeline. It will create its own track and extend that loop the same way as the Big Maracas to match the 2 together. Now, let's listen to the final composition with a mixed audio and sound effects track. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this exploration of the unique workflow between Abaltat Express and GarageBand. Visit us often at abaltat.com to get the latest news, information and tutorials about Abaltat soundtrack creation products. Thanks for joining us.